This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist CJ Cartledge.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. My name is First Alert Meteorologist CJ Cartledge, back on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown once again here. I believe the last time I've been on this podcast was a week ago from today, so not too many appearances as of recently here, as of the past 2 weeks here. The week before, I wasn't on at all. That was Thanksgiving week, and I've only been on one time for trivia, I believe, for last week. But I should be on through tomorrow and maybe not on Wednesday here. Just enough about me. I hope you guys have had a great start to your day on this Monday here, a great start to your work week. I hope you guys had a great weekend as well. Tell me if you like this weather that we had throughout this weekend with the sunshine on Saturday and the cloudiness and dreary looking conditions on our Sunday here. Leave down in the comments of the YouTube stream if you liked it or if you did not like it. I'd like to hear your responses to if you liked or did not like the weather for this weekend. And just to remind you guys, we saw a high of 63 degrees on our Saturday and 61 for Sunday. So above average temperatures were witnessed or were experienced for at least Shreveport Bossier on our Saturday due to the abundance of sunshine that we saw, and near normal temperatures, slightly below the average or just right on the average here for this time of year. We're expected for our Sunday. We're seeing, I would say, on our Sunday. And that is mainly because of the mostly cloudy conditions that were seen across the Arklatex and the rain showers that were seen in some portions around the region as well. So if you like the weather, leave down in the YouTube stream here. I'll definitely love to learn if you guys liked it or disliked it here. We are expecting drier conditions as we move into this work week. So let's take a quick look at weather headlines here for the Arklatex as we head into this work week here. So starting off with the first headline, we have a cold start to this work week. Temperatures dropped into the 30s and 40s across the region here, and we are expecting these temperatures to remain cooler than average, at least through today and tomorrow. Also, I did not explain what we're going to be talking about for today. We're going to be talking about what's ahead for us here in the Arklatex this week in weather. Pretty much, we're going to see a warm-up, and we're going to see another cool down here. So we're going to be talking about the fluctuation of temperatures and the lack of rainfall we should see throughout the next 7 days ahead of us here. And we're just going to be diving into the local forecast for this episode. We're going to be diving into the forecast for what we can expect through the beginning of this week, and and then after the quick break, we're going to be talking about what to expect for the end of this week and into our weekend. But for the beginning of this week, we're expecting slightly cooler than average conditions here, and slightly cooler conditions as compared to what we saw for this weekend here, where temperatures rose into the 60s across the region. We're more than likely going to see lower to mid 50s across the area for today, and we're expecting another cold morning for tomorrow. But the other headline that we have here is above average temperatures are expected to arrive soon here in the Arklatex. So let's take a quick look outside through our KSLA tower camera overlooking downtown Shreveport. As of right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions currently. And according to the forecast, we were supposed to see a few breaks in the clouds for some sunshine as of right now, but we're seeing mostly cloudy conditions, mainly because of northerly winds, which are going to keep us cool through the day today here. And here's a look at First Alert Doppler radar, and we are seeing mostly cloudy conditions, mainly on the eastern half of the Arklatex, and that is also associated with the northerly flow here. There is a high pressure system off to the north and west outside of the Arklatex as of right now, and it is expected to slowly move eastward across the region as we move through today and into tomorrow. Should be on the east side of the Arklatex, allowing for southerly flow to return, and that should allow for our temperatures to rise as high as they may rise as we move through the rest of the week. And we'll get to those details in just a second here later on in this episode. Here's a look at the wind speed and direction right now. We're dealing with all northerly winds across the Arklatex, as mentioned before, and the winds are starting to pick up by Natchitoches currently. These are current winds as of right now in real time. 9-mile-per-hour wind near Shreveport, and mainly just lower than 10-mile-per-hour wind for pretty much around the Arklatex, and not much wind going on by Mount Pleasant, but that is causing our temperatures to, feel cooler as compared to where they are as of right now around the region. I'm going to move this off to the right or left a little bit, as you can see there, so you guys can see the full picture there. 41 looks to be the temperature by Idabel and DeQueen, 43 by Texarkana, 45 by Marshall and Shreveport, 46 by Nacogdoches and Carthage, and currently we're at 47 degrees by Florine at the warmest. 49 by Natchitoches. So everywhere around the Arklatex except Magnolia there, around 39 degrees, has reached the 40s so far for today. And highs are expected to rise into the 40s and 50s across the area for today as well. Feels like temperatures, though. We still have some 30s out there. We feel like the 36 by Idabel, feels like 35 by Magnolia, feels like 39 near Texarkana, and temperatures are very close to, or actually, we're feeling a little bit cooler as compared to the actual temperatures for most, if not all, of the Arklatex, as you can see there on the screen. But here's a look at the next 5 hours. Actually, I'm going to check the YouTube stream to see if anybody has commented on the weekend's weather, and I don't think anybody has commented so far, but it's all right. We'll give you guys some more time to comment. Here's a look at the next 5 hours ahead of us. We are expecting these temperatures to slowly but surely rise into the lower to mid 50s and lower or upper 40s out there by the time we hit the middle of this afternoon. Northerly winds are expected to continue through the daytime hours as well. This is going to keep our temperatures below the average for this time of year, as mentioned before. And we should see mostly clear conditions at that. The cloud cover is expected to pretty much disperse and or move out of the Arklatex as we move towards the afternoon hours for today. Here's our highs for today around the region here. We're looking at 51 by Doddridge, 49 by Spring Hill and Stamps, around 48 for Magnolia, Prescott, and the same for DeQueen, around 49 degrees by Broken Bow and Foreman. As we look at East Texas, around 57 degrees by Henderson, 52 by Carthage, same for Longview, 56 by Nacogdoches and Chirano, 54 by St. Augustine, and 52 here near Shreveport and Bossier, and more in northwest Louisiana. We should see the upper 40s and lower 50s across those areas over there. 53 by Natchitoches, 53 also for Converse and Manny, and around 50 for Ringgold, Bienville, as well as Jonesboro. As we head out the door tomorrow morning, though, this is going to be when the full effects of the cooler air finally reach the Arklatex, and it's also going to be the temperatures will be dropping this low, mainly due to the lack of cloud cover. The radiational cooling will be induced as we will be seeing clear skies overhead through the overnight hours tonight, and that actually starts by this afternoon. So we are expecting mostly sunny conditions throughout the daytime hours tomorrow. So sunglasses will be needed. Sweatshirt and sweatpants will also be needed as well. Please do not wear any shorts or T-shirts out in this type of weather, especially if you are if you feel warm or if you just worked out and you step outside for a second. Do not do that. You will get sick out there. And an umbrella won't be needed as we move into tomorrow or at all throughout this work week here, according to the forecast. Here's a look at the forecast for tomorrow. We are expecting temperatures to rise a bit higher through the afternoon hours at least, and a little bit lower in the morning, mainly due to clear skies over through the overnight hours and the northerly winds that we are expecting through the day today. And that's associated with cooler air. So the full effects of the cooler air will finally be felt as we move into early tomorrow morning. Clear skies remain overhead tomorrow through the daytime hours, and we should see southerly flow as compared to northerly flow. Will also contribute to the rise in temperatures by the afternoon hours. Here's a look at the forecast as compared to the average here. As you can see, it's warming up pretty soon here around the Arklatex. Still dealing with below average temperatures for our Monday and Tuesday, with highs rising into the lower to mid 50s for today and upper 40s. And we should see the mid and upper 50s and some lower 60s out there across the region by Tuesday afternoon, slightly below the average for this time of year, if not right on the average for some areas around the Arklatex. But heading into Wednesday, everywhere around the Arklatex looks to receive or see or feel above average temperatures here. Our forecast high will be 5 degrees above the average, and we should stay in that same range as we move into the next couple of days afterwards for our Thursday and our Friday. Now, coming up after this quick break, we're going to be talking about why this is all occurring, and we're going to be talking about the forecast for the later part of the work week here. We're going to be diving into the weekend forecast as well, and our rainfall potential, and a couple other graphics that I want to show you guys coming up right after this quick break. And good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Here's a look at the upper level pattern for it, just explaining why everything is happening the way it is and why the forecast shapes up to give us a cool down as well as a warm up throughout this work week. Not in that order, just, reverse. It's going to be a warm up coming first and then the cool down arrives by the weekend. But here's a look at the upper level pattern. The high pressure system is off to the north and western portions outside of the area of the Arklatex area, that is, and that's promoting northerly flow, as you can see by its circulation with the arrows pointing in a clockwise direction around that big blue H that you see there on the screen. That's the clockwise around the motion around a high pressure system. It promotes sinking air, and that promotes drier conditions in those that are under the high pressure system. Now, if you are on the east side of the high pressure system, you're more than likely going to receive northerly winds, that you can see by the arrows pointing downward here. That's what we're experiencing here in the Arklatex. If you're on the west side of the high pressure system, that's when you experience southerly winds, with winds coming out of the south. So for today, we're going to be dealing with northerly winds, or winds coming out of the north, so moving from north to south throughout the daytime hours. That's going to make us feel cooler through the daytime hours for today. And this high pressure system should start to move to the east throughout the daytime hours today. So now we're going to be on the western portions of the high pressure system there, and that's going to allow for temperatures to increase, or for the Arklatex to get warmer around the region, as you can see by the winds heading from south to north there, as we will be on the west side of this high pressure system. So temperatures are going to be trending warmer as we move into Tuesday, and the high pressure moving eastward is going to be the reason for that here. But a low pressure system in the northern portions of the country there is expected to slowly move eastward across the Great Lakes region in the northern United States. That's going to push our high pressure system southward here. I don't believe it's going to affect our rain chances here for the Arklatex as we move into our Wednesday and Thursday, but that could bring us a slight cool cool down heading into our Thursday there. It's not going to be affecting temperatures by much, maybe a degree or two heading from Wednesday into our Thursday in terms of highs. That should bring a good deal of snowfall for those in the Great Lakes region and those states surrounding the northeastern United States as well. And as we move into the later part of the work week, a new high pressure system will be flowing in from the north, from Canada actually, and it will be bringing us much cooler air into the Arklatex as we move into the weekend, as well as potentially into the new work week on our next Monday, a week from today. This will be associated with another cold air mass and expected to move into the week by the weekend. And I'll show you the actual temperatures that we can expect by that time frame as we get more and more, or as we go through these graphics here for this episode. As you can see with future jack temps, just to refresh your memory on what we can expect through the next couple of days, temperatures drop into the 30s through the overnight hours for tonight due to clear skies and northerly winds that we can expect through the daytime hours today. As we move into our Tuesday afternoon, highs rise into the 60s out there, lower 60s and mid and upper 50s across the region here, according to this model. But as we move into our Wednesday morning, temperatures only will drop into the 40s out there across the region, mainly due to a warm front that will be actually moving in from southwest to the north and east. And that should allow our temperatures to rise even higher into the 60s. We should see the lower to mid 60s across the region. Some areas may even get close to those 70s for the first time in quite some time here around the Arklatex. And we should see another cold morning here as we move into our Thursday morning, mainly due to that cold front, that weak cold front, as it will be moving through our region as we move into our Thursday during the daytime hours. And we should see very similar temperatures to what you see here on the screen. Very similar temperatures like this are expected through our Thursday afternoon as well as into our Friday afternoon before the cool down arrives by the weekend. Let's look at the next 5-day forecast here. And as you can see, temperatures will be rising into the lower 50s and upper 40s for today, mid and upper 50s and lower 60s for tomorrow. And we should see the lower to mid 60s heading into our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all while seeing little to no rain across the Arklatex. And by Wednesday through Friday, these temperatures will be above that average of 61 degrees. Temperatures drop back into the 50s by the time we hit our Saturday coming up. Here's a look at the full weekend forecast. Temperatures will be dropping into the lower to mid 50s across the region. We could see some upper 40s once again by the time we hit this upcoming Sunday. That's 6 days from now. And as we move through the weekend, we could deal with some slight rain chances, but we're still pretty far out from when those rain chances, or when that disturbance will be bringing the rain chance. So we could see lower rain chances by that time frame. As we look at our rainfall potential, actually, it shows that we may not see any rain at all through the next 7 days here. We're going to allow it to load up here, as you can see, and it is actually loaded up. Some areas just outside of the region to the south and east may see a drop of rain, but we're not expecting any types of rain showers throughout the next 7 days ahead of us here. And that will be mainly due to a couple of high pressure systems moving through the Arklatex. And that just shows you that the slight rain chances means that we may not see any rain at all. Maybe a drop or two. I could see a drop or two possibly showing up here on the rainfall potential as we get closer in time. This changes every single day, but this is the forecast for as of today here. But let's take a quick look at the seasonal precip outlook. And this is for the next 6 to 10 days ahead of us. So through the next 6 to 10 days, we will be drier than average, as you saw by the rainfall potential shown before, and that map that was shown before here. But we should see pretty much the same conditions as we move through the next 8 to 14 days ahead of us. That tannish color corresponds to below average precipitation through the next 8 to 14 days. So not much rain is on the way for us through the next 8 to 14 days at least. So in terms of temperatures, with the lack of rainfall, we could see near normal or below average temperatures through the next 6 to 10 days. That's mainly because we have more days ahead of us where the temperature will be below the average for this time of year as compared to near normal or above the average for this time of year. So we may more than likely still stay below the average in terms of the next 6 to 10 days ahead of us, but we will deal with a quick spurt of warmer air through our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But we could see warmer than average conditions move into the Arctic, possibly brought from the west as we move into the next 8 to 14 days ahead of us here around the region. So, wrapping up this episode with our full 7-day forecast. I'll show you guys the details of the 7-day forecast. We're expecting lower or lows to drop into the 30s by early tomorrow morning, and lower 50s and upper 40s heading into this afternoon here for highs today. Rain chances remain pretty much non-existent through the rest of this work week or throughout this work week here. Highs rising to the mid and upper 50s and lower 60s by Tuesday. And we should see the lower to mid 60s by the time we hit our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. And with lows pretty much staying in the 40s out there, we could see a pretty cool morning by Thursday morning, but temperatures rise back into the above average range in terms of lows and highs for Friday. We are expecting another colder air mass to move in by the time we hit our Saturday, and that should drop highs into the 50s and potentially lows into the 50s as well. Relative humidities may be high, so we may see some foggy conditions waking up on either of those mornings here, but rain chances are expected to remain low through the next 7 days and potentially through the next 12 days as well here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. I will be back on tomorrow for, weather trivia. Weather trivia is back for tomorrow starting at 10:30 a.m. We don't have a specific topic for weather trivia, so we can pretty much ask anything. We're pretty much going to ask anything. I'll be deciding the questions tonight, and we'll have the questions ready for you as we move into tomorrow. Starting at 10:30, we will be doing a weather trivia segment, if you guys don't know already, where we'll ask three multiple choice questions, and a bonus question that's actually true or false here, and then we're going to go into the local forecast right afterwards. We're going to be streaming here on the KSLA News 12 app on all of our streaming platforms as well as YouTube, and we're going to be streaming on Facebook Live at KSLA News 12. Make sure to don't miss it. It's a pretty entertaining episode. We have quite a few people participating. We've had quite a few people participating in the past few trivia episodes. So make sure to join in at 10:30 a.m. sharp for our latest trivia episode here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. Thank you guys once again for tuning into today's episode. I will see you guys tomorrow on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. You can also catch me at KSLA News 12 at noon, and I'll be on the morning show tomorrow starting at 4:30, and I'll be on at KSLA News 12 at 9, as well as noon tomorrow also. So make sure to have a great rest of your day, wear your layers, and make sure to stay safe, drive safe out there on those roadways, and I will see you once again on KSLA News 12 at noon. If you miss me there, I will catch you tomorrow.